I'm Dr. Juko Holiday, and this reflection is all about finding balance through perspective on our thoughts and feelings. By learning to navigate our cognitions and emotions more skillfully, we make space to move through the world with more ease and less suffering. We spend our days immersed in an inner dialogue, that voice inside of our heads that helps us sort through our experiences and make choices based on how we interpret what we think and what we feel. Those inner voices can be critical and harsh, and this leads us away from balance and well-being. So make yourself comfortable. This is your time to get to know your mind and befriend your feelings. In each of us resides an insightful, wise observer self that grows stronger the more we pay attention to it. So take a breath. Call upon this part of yourself and trust that it's there, supporting you in this practice. Langston Hughes wrote, "I've known rivers. I've known rivers ancient as the world and older than the flow of human blood in human veins. My soul has grown deep like the rivers." Our rivers and oceans are great teachers, and we'll connect with them in our reflection today. In these visualizations, your place of perspective is always safe on the shore. So, find your breath. Know you are grounded, supported, safe, and free to engage with this work in any way that best serves you. In your mind's eye, picture yourself standing safely on the banks of a river, watching the water as it flows by. Feel that wise observer, the steadfast, discerning part of yourself that watches what's happening in the water without getting immersed or drowned in it. Notice in this river there might be leaves, sticks, branches, maybe even fish swimming by. This river is your thought stream, and the objects in it are your thoughts. Let's spend some time watching them come and then letting them go. Notice whether your river is full of debris, lots of thoughts that are coming quickly, and whether it's flowing slowly, mind spacious and calm. Remember, we're staying here on the shore. So as a thought floats by, don't swim out and let it take you away from right here, right now. See if you can use your breath to slow the pace of the river down if it's moving quickly, creating a little more space to notice what's floating by. What quality of thought do you notice? Gently label them as they float by. Perhaps your thoughts are related to the past, remembering. Future, planning, rehearsing. Or the present, analyzing, criticizing, making a little list of things you do and do not like about right now. Your wise observer is discerning and doesn't judge those thoughts. So just notice them. You have these thoughts, but you are not your thoughts. Appreciate how easy it is to string them together into stories, ideas, conclusions, which form narratives and then form beliefs. Slow this process down as you watch your thoughts flow by. Breathe into thoughts that get stuck and let them flow. Space, grace, allowing, and breath. Notice any thoughts towards yourself that are harsh or critical and meet them with compassion. You wouldn't speak that way to a loved one, so don't collude with any inner voice that's mean or unkind. Space, grace, allowing, breath. Let's turn our attention toward the partner of our thinking self, our emotional, feeling self. To get perspective on our emotions, let's move our visualization from the river to the ocean. You are safe on the sand, or perhaps looking down on the ocean from the sky. Notice all the different ways the ocean expresses and manifests itself. There are times it churns violently, and other times it's placid and smooth. There are places it meets the land and crashes into jagged rocks, and beaches where it connects gently and playfully. There are times the tide is low, and times the tide is high. None of this is good or bad, right or wrong. It's just the ocean being itself. Your emotions are like the ocean. There are times you feel enraged, when you experience sadness, grief, and times you feel contented and peaceful, just like these waters. As you watch from the sand or the sky, what do you notice about the state of your sea in this moment? Feel that wise, steadfast observer self come to the fore and notice what arises without needing anything you encounter to be different. Give a name to the emotional truth you see rising from your waters. I feel sad. I feel happy. I feel content. I feel panicked. If you find yourself saying, I feel that, and then say more words, you're describing a thought, not a feeling. Notice that there's a continuum of emotion from irritation to rage, caution to panic, contentment to ecstasy, curiosity to outright shock. Notice how your emotions shift as you watch and name them. Whatever you encounter, let it be what it is. Just like the ocean, your feelings need space and time to express themselves. Some of your feelings may be mixed up, hard to name, or perhaps you notice numbness. That's okay. Know that you're capable of navigating all that you feel. Let's dive into this ocean, and from the stillness of the depths, watch the surface sea of emotions change and shift. Notice how easy it is to identify with the surface of the sea. Take a breath and know that, like the ocean, you are vast and have a great and steadfast stillness in your deepest self. Emotions are information. They evolve to help us sense into the world and the beings around us. Anger is a signal that something is amiss and needs attention. Fear and caution keep us safe and alert us to possible danger. Our sadness can be a signal to turn inward and reflect. They're not good or bad. They just are. Let's shift our focus from observing our emotions, acknowledging how difficult and troubling these times are, to the practice of generating powerful feelings of hope and love. I'd like you to think of a time when you either observed, received, or offered an act of kindness, great or small. As you remember this act of kindness, let your mind drift to other times where you felt empathy, connection, and compassion. Notice how it feels in your body. Watch how it shifts the state of your emotional ocean to open your heart in this way. Feel a sense of compassion grow from your heart center. And let it expand to bless every corner of your being. You can give yourself the gift of tenderness and compassion. You might not have known strong models for self-love and gentleness up until this point, but breath by breath, you can expand your capacity to be kind and to tend to yourself. you can strengthen your wise observer to counter stress, trauma, and shame. Breath by breath, you can uncover tenderness and patience with yourself. Moment to moment, you can respond to your inner critic with compassion and to your emotions with wisdom. This pandemic will end. We will connect and embrace again. Learning to love yourself deeply now will help you love others even better when that time comes. As we shift from this space together back to the roles and responsibilities that await, I have one last invitation, and that's to carry this truth with you as you go. You are worthy of your own kindness and love. You are worthy of your own kindness and love. You are worthy of your own kindness and love.